I've known a number of people over the years who have had failed marriages. My parents, relatives, siblings, and children. Some were Christians, or people who believed themselves to be Christians, or at least religious, and others were not. As a Christian, if you believe the Bible to be truth, then the starting point for restoration is always your relationship between you and God, not between the two people. Let's talk about it. Hello and welcome to a place where faith is waiting. This is Charlie Elgin. I don't think there is anything more devastating to a person's heart than a failed relationship, where two people have trusted their hearts and futures to one another. Then something goes wrong. That trust is violated, the relationship falters, and hearts are broken. Pastor Rick Warren from Saddleback Church gave some insight into why people do hurtful things. He said, dealing with people who are offensive or irritating, you need to look past the behavior to the pain. Because everything we do is motivated by something. When people hurt others, it's because they're hurting on the inside. Hurt people hurt people. When someone might talk to me about a struggle they're having, my response is always, let's go to the Father. Before we can restore any relationship, as Christians, we must be standing on solid ground with respect to our personal relationship with God. Now, the danger in my telling someone that is that they may think the reason they shore up their relationship with God is so then they can get what they really want. They're not interested in drawing close to God, just in solving the problem at hand. But if they think that's the reason, well, then they would be wrong. When asked what the greatest commandment was, Jesus said, love God with your entire being, and then the natural result will be that you can love others as God intended. Being right with God is the only starting point in problem resolution between two people. Sounds easy enough. So why is it so difficult to resolve relational conflicts between a husband and a wife? The primary reason, I think, is that it takes both people submitting to God's authority for true restoration to happen. There are three possible relationships between a husband and a wife. First, neither are Christians. So apart from spiritual conversion of both people, getting right with God is impossible. Second, one of the people is not a Christian, and therefore there is an uneven yoke. Paul wrote to the church in Corinth saying, do not be unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with lawlessness? And what communion has light with darkness? 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. It's possible for the Christian to be restored in relationship to God and to treat the unbelieving spouse well, but it will be impossible for the unbelieving spouse to be right with God apart from spiritual conversion. And third, the relationship that this podcast is directed to is where both the husband and wife are Christians. That means both have access to the Father. At the same time, it also means that both must want to be restored to the Father through repentance and then to each other. Trouble in a Christian marriage happens because one or both people are not living by faith and walking by the Spirit, manifesting the fruit of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. So often, the solution to alleviating the pain caused by brokenness in a marriage is abandonment, giving up on the relationship. And so we paint ourselves in a corner, wanting to ease the pain, struggling with the thoughts that we failed, the fear of being unloved and abandoned. Instead of looking up to God, we look out for a way to justify ourselves and escape from the situation. Some time ago, I wrote a poem about this subject, which I recently converted to a song. It's not me singing, by the way. Take a listen to the song, and then I'll have a few closing words.
She pulled back from him as he touched her hand. She was slipping away like the sea takes the sand. Their love that they thought could never be shaken was now faded and withered like a flower forsaken. He remembered the first day they were husband and wife, their lives full of promise and now full of strife. It is hard to see where they made that wrong turn. Was it his fault or her fault? A hard lesson to learn. As he sits all alone in the darkness to think, he remembers their vows and his heart starts to sink. They promised to God to love for all time, but now all she wants is to get his last dime. God joined them together, or did she forget? Or maybe he did, he thinks with regret, as he wonders if his life can get any worse. Like a whisper he remembers her favorite verse. Be anxious for nothing, but give thanks and pray, and God who loves you will send peace on your way. God can do all things, he mends what is broken, he hears our cry before it is spoken. As he considers the love of the Father above, he remembers his feelings for the wife that he loves. He thanks the Lord who is kind and faithful, and writes a letter to the one who now is so hateful. He tells her he's sorry for the wrongs that he's done, and asks God to help him so her love may be won. Now the fault goes both ways, it's so hard to know, but someone must start for forgiveness to grow. The story's not over, there are more chapters to write, but the answer's in the Spirit, not by power or might. When your troubles are bigger than you're able to see, turn to Jesus, my brother, and he'll set you free. Yes, when your troubles are bigger than you're able to see, turn to Jesus, my brother, and he'll set you free.
That song is from the man's perspective, but could be from the woman's as well. Most times, God is not our first resort, but our last resort. Or we may not consider him at all. Our fear sabotages our hopes and possibility for restoration. Isaiah 35 verse 4 says this: "Say to those who are fearful-hearted, do not be afraid. The Lord your God will come with a mighty hand. He will come and save you. Think about that. Pray about it. Believe it and walk in it. Let your light shine and then give God the glory. By faith alone, by His grace alone, and for His glory alone. This is Charlie Elgin. I hope you join me next time when we meet in the place where faith is waiting.